One of the first things that I teach children that are Gestalt language processors or children with autism spectrum or children that struggle with transition is being able to understand my expectation as a therapist. Many times children come to my clinic, they don't know me, they don't have a relationship with me, and they need to understand what I want them to do. To help me teach the expectation and to make it very clear what we are going to do together during our time spent in our session, I utilize visuals and visual schedules. I might greet my client with the visual hello as I'm coming and approaching them, and I might model what I want them to imitate. So when I'm approaching my clients, I might say, "Hello, Mariana," because I want them to imitate and greet me back. If I know the child is able to greet, I will say the child's name as I greet them. And many times I will model the phrase of what we're going to do. Again, if your child is a Gestalt language processor, you want to use intonation and you want to use phrases. So I will model,
let's go. Let's go.
I can model, let's go to the gym, let's go to the monkey room. Many of the rooms in our clinic have different themes and names, and that allows the child to know what I expect for them to do. So first, we might go to the motor room. Afterwards, we might listen to a song, and I could model listen to music or time for music. And those are phrases that I can then change the activity and say time for play, time for reading, and that's how you can change to get your child to imitate and vary the different phrases with the routines. As I'm doing the activity, I might also pull the activity out and bring it towards the client so that they understand what they need to do. Or if the child is walking away, I might remind them it's time for music. We do music on the rug because that's where I have my musical instruments, or that's where I have the song. And seeing if the child can then, with that visual, understand the expectation of when we're doing this activity, we are located in this space. If the child is just not ready to be able to comply and listen and engage in that activity, I might bring all the items to the child, because the purpose of my activity is to be able to teach the child, engage the child, interact with me, listen to me, learn from me. So many times if we put the demand of you have to come here to listen to me, that might get the child to protest and walk away from you. So many times if I see that the child is not yet able to be at the space that I set up for that child, I might bring the items to that child and seeing if I could still do this activity. If the child is protesting, they're shaking their head, they're pulling things away, I will model no music. I don't want music, or don't like music, don't like that song. These are the phrases that I can model so the child can learn to protest, and then I could say, okay, you don't want music. Music will be all done, no music. And then I can pull another activity and say, how about we read a book? Let's read a book. And then I might present some books to that child to see again if the child can understand what we're doing with the visual. It's the same routine, the same phrase. And my goal is to teach that child to listen to me, learn from me, and imitate what I'm doing. That's really the purpose of all the activities that we set up for our clients.